Hello, everybody! Welcome back to the channel. Semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you some ROM hack action from the mastermind himself, Kartal. I know, we're here again, folks. We're here again. I discovered another ROM, so I had to try it, obviously. So for this one, this is just a one-mission ROM, and it is a Jess versus Sturm battle. And Jess is wondering if she can win in 15 days. So without further ado, this is Torture times 11. Now, I thought this was a super cool map. So obviously Jess is like one of the weakest COs in the game. Like her infantry are pretty bad, right? Her vehicles are like super good. Well, not super good, but like, you know, better than average. So, I mean, she's not like the weakest CO, but against somebody like Sturm, she doesn't really stand too much of a chance, you know? It's tough. So you could see at the beginning of this one too, it was, the difficulty scaling was 11 stars out of 10. So, technically this is actually more difficult than the final mission of the Advanced Wars 2 final campaign, so to speak. So, by the way, so the first thing I did was I opened APC, I sent my APC north. I want to get this base right here, because that base is super important to get, in my opinion. Mostly just because you can really hold the front line with that. Or at least the north front line, you know? The rivers make it so you have a very good, like, choke point right there. So, number one thing that I had to get. So one of the most difficult things to deal with in this battle is the fact that you're fighting Sturm. Sturm, the big boss from Advanced Wars 1 and 2. Oh my god. What's he doing here on a small map? I don't know. You figure he would be somewhere with like black cannons and lasers and like be taking the L, right? But no. No, he's here, just on a small map. Just causing havoc. So, we have no idea what he's doing here. Alright, so, first thing, well, second thing, third thing, one of the other things I do is I'm going to go double tank. Because I want to send those two tanks to the middle. I think it's vitally important to do that. Now, I don't know what I did to the AI, but he got super intimidated by my two tanks. It's like, you can't handle two Jess tanks. They're right there. They're coming for you. You better watch out. But either way, so he sends his tank away, which is good for me, bad for him. Because now I get my infantry in position to capture that middle base. Am I going to get the middle base? No, not right now, obviously, because he's got way too much stuff there. But the thought is there, and he's in position. So when the time comes, I'm going for it. And I send my two tanks north. Well, mid. Should say mid, not north. And, you know, double base skip, get another tank on the field. Because, you know, you don't want to spend time buying little units. Little units aren't going to help you out in a war room, necessarily. I mean, obviously, unit count is important in Advanced Wars by Web. When you're fighting the war room, unit count doesn't matter too much. What you really want to do is you want to have the units that are going to do the damage. That's what you need. So, obviously, take a double shot at Sturm, and he's still got 2 hit points left, which is super annoying. Now, I can't remember 100%, but pretty sure Sturm has like 120 defense and 120 offense. Yes, I think that's what it is. So, any engagement you take on Sturm is going to be very difficult to do. 100% difficult to do. Because Jess only gets 110% firepower on her vehicle units. So already that is a 10% difference in, you know, defense and offense. Plus defense just scales a lot higher than offense in Advanced Wars. I don't really know exactly why that is, but either way, super annoying to deal with. So I built a tank up in the north, built a recon in the south, and just build an infantry out of my other base. So that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I lost a mech. That's why you don't build mechs, people. No, I'm just kidding. Mechs are actually pretty alright sometimes. So, I used my 7 HP tank to actually take out the 2 HP tank. So that is good. It's gone. It's out of here. And I continue the cap on the base in the middle with a 9 HP infantry now. So obviously, if the infantry didn't take any damage, that would have been great. But it did, so I didn't get it right away. But you know what? Getting it a day later is better than not getting it at all. Not getting it at all. Remember that, folks. Important stuff. Alright, so up in the north with the choke point, I built a bomb artillery unit right there. It's going to be able to hold the choke. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And in the south, you could see I'm attempting to stop Sturm from capturing my city. Now, the only thing that can really attack that infantry are other infantry, right? And you're not in a very ideal position to do so because you're attacking from a river, which means you're going to take massive counter damage. And with Jess's minus 10% damage on infantry, you are fighting into something that has 150% defense, 120% offense, with no defense of your own, because you're shooting from a river. I mean, you can barely even swim. The current's like taking you down. It's like, oh my god. So yeah, just not a good time. Alright, so I take a shot with my artillery from my base, which means I can't build anything, right? Just, why would you do that? That just seems like a silly move, right? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because I had to kill that unit that was right there. It's very important. And the north side, you don't need to push up with it just yet. And plus, he's got so many units there that actually doing a push right now would be just impossible. Impossible to do. I need him to send those tanks in so that I can take some shots at those tanks and get rid of them. So we're sitting at day 8 now. He's captured my city. Right? Terrible, terrible stuff. Okay, so you can see that he has moved his units in. So, unfortunate for me, because, you know, it's going to do a lot of damage, but I activate the Turbocharge. Turbocharge, Jess power, I think it boosts her direct combat to like 120%, something like that. But it also gives her +1 movement, which is super good. So, since he took one of my cities, I'm going to take one of his cities. I'm going to take it, it's mine now. Alright, so use my 2 infantry to continue to attempt to destroy that infantry in the south. He's getting super annoying. Now I'm just trying to calculate, you know? I'm trying to think here. It's just like, where should I go? What's the play here? I gotta obviously stop the cap on that infantry. Because if he gets that property, could put him to 16. I don't know. And as we know, this is a 1st to 16 race, folks. So, if he gets that property, might be bad. Might be terrible. We don't know. But either way, take it out. I'm like, get out of here. This is my town. This is Jessville. Jessville, USA. Okay, so 13,000 funds. What do I do with 13,000 funds? You know, there's not really much you can do. Probably the optimal build you could do would be to build an artillery and a tank. That's really about all you can get. So, I strike down the 2 tanks that are up north. Obviously, I'm going to take damage. Might even lose both of the units, I don't know. But I build a tank and an artillery down south of that position so that I will be able to send them north and reinforce that area once the front has fallen. Hopefully. Cross fingers. Okay, so he took one of his injured tanks and actually attacked my tank instead of taking the full HP one, which is good because you can manipulate the AI in this game like that. The AI will normally, from what I've found at least, like it won't like move to attack you. If it's got something right in your face, it's just gonna be like, nah, take you out. So, yeah, you can totally just manipulate the AI like that sometimes, you know. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, so I go to capture that mid property now. I am taking a city back from him. Taking it back. And I finally destroy it. Finally destroy that infantry in the south. Holy moly. Guy had so much defense. Like 150% defense. It's like... holy macaroni and cheese. Alright, so I can't do anything with that tank. Because, I mean, no matter where I went to attack, I would have been in artillery fire. So I bring him back. Just sitting there now. Just hanging out. Having a good time. He's sitting there, drinking some tea. Chilling. Chilling. So, Sturm is... 3.5 stars for Meteor Strike. Terrifying, I know. And on a small map like this, no matter which front the Meteor Strike hits on, it's going to be devastating. Absolutely devastating. It's like, how do you even come back from something like that? Alright, so I take a shot at the mech with my recon. Was it a great play? I'm not sure. So, the reason why I actually took that shot, though, is because that mech was going south, right? What do I have in the south? Properties. If that mech was just willy-nilly, just going straight on south, it would have capped the properties. My infantry can't destroy a Sturm mech. It's impossible. Even if I attack first, like, I'm gonna lose. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So, had to take it out. Had to take it out. Alright, so this is a bizarre play. But I actually push all of my units up. Just going forward. I even got my artillery in the front line. The artillery is probably going to be taking an artillery shot of its own, which is not good. But the other thing is I don't want that artillery that's sitting right there by, like, you know, my big clump of units in the middle to push over. I don't want it to go left. I don't. Because if it goes left, it's going to be in range of my base, and it's going to be able to shoot on whatever I build from the base. Not a good time. You don't want that to happen. So, in order to counter that, I move everything to the mid. And hopefully he's going to shoot. Yeah, see? There he does. So I lose my indirect support, which is unfortunate. But I managed to soak up that hit so that he doesn't move over. And see, look at that other one. Look at him just sliding on in there. I knew he was going to do that. I knew it. Terrible person. Alright, so I have most of the properties that I can cap here in the middle. So there is going to be no pushing from this point. So my thought is, in order to push north, I have to get hit by the Meteor in the middle. I have to. That's the only place that I can get hit by the Meteor. So I build a medium tank right in the middle. Because if I get hit anywhere else in the middle, like if I get hit up north, it's all over. There's no coming back from that. I won't be able to finish the game in time to get the S rank. Or 15-day condition. Because Jess always has to put a challenge on herself. Okay. So you might think to yourself, oh, but Semi, why would you want to get hit by the missile in the middle? It's like, aren't you just gonna lose all your forces because Sturm's got all those bases right there? No, absolutely not. But that is a justified question, and I'll tell you why. Sturm is going to be able to push up with his units, but I have so many injured units that are just spread out that he will not be able to destroy them all. And I have two bases to reinforce the middle. One in the south and one right in the middle. So no matter what he throws at me, I am going to be able to counter it. Even if I just have to, like, mech spam. I will mech spam my way to victory to hold that middle. You don't have to win. You just have to stop him from capping the properties. That's the only thing you have to do. Remember that. So, with this looming threat of danger, I build a tank in the middle. Because that's what you gotta do, folks. You gotta get those units out there, man. So, what else do we got going on here? There is a artillery right there that still needs to be taken care of. And now Sturm's got like a whole whack load of defense. Like so much defense. It's crazy. How do you even deal with something that has that much defense? I don't know. You build a recon. That's what you do. Because if you built an infantry, you know what's going to happen? It's going to get hit by the infantry. And it's just going to die. Recon, though. Recon won't die. It'll be able to soak up all those hits and just keep firing back. Recons are good. Yes. Alright, what else do we got going on? More recons. Oh my god, they're just everywhere. Also, if you are wondering why I didn't finish off that artillery, it is because I needed to keep that infantry alive. That one right there. Bomb. Super important infantry. That infantry is going to be used to capture that property. That property is important. Very important. So important that I am literally going to use all of my units to block it off. Now, this play with the tank right there on the road in range of the mech, not a good idea. Should have actually just brought that tank back just one square and left the bridge open so that it wasn't going to soak up a hit. Because that's like an unnecessary hit. So wouldn't suggest doing that, people. Would not suggest doing that. But we can see my monster of a medium tank over there in the middle is still alive, and it is steadily regaining its health. We're up to 6 health, people. And what can a 6 health medium tank do? A lot. A lot. Now, is it going to be able to, like, you know, win the game in the long run? Yes. Absolutely yes. Because that medium tank is a legend. Legend. All it has to do is just sit on that base and not let anything touch the base. That's all it's got to do. Ooh, so yeah, losing a lot of those 1 HP units, which is unfortunate. But day 15 rolls around, and you know what happens? I get my revenge. So I take revenge hits. Bomb. Jerk. Now the whole reason why I'm attacking these things is just because I want to get a little bit of a higher score. Because I think when you kill more units, like in a turn, your technique rating goes up, or your power rating goes up. I think it's the power rating. Anyways, so I capture it, victory, and my power is great, my speed is great, but my technique is terrible. Basically like my Advance Wars by Web career. Essentially. It's like a B or an A rank in total. Nothing higher. I ain't no S rank, that's for sure. So, wow. That was a fun mission. Absolutely fun. Very nice to play. So, 267. The war is over. Jess has defeated Sturm in the Battle of Captures. Macroland was free at last. And then the Black Hole Army has been driven from its shores. But peace is a fragile thing. Be vigilant. Be brave. And you guys, keep having yourselves a fantastic day. So, this has been Semi-Original Guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advance Wars by Web. If you can, like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content from me. Shout out to Kartal, also, once again, for making the ROM hack. Fantastic hack. guy's a mastermind when it comes to AI manipulation and map creation. So I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can check out his channel again. If you are interested, you can also go to the link below and join Advanced Wars by Web and play Advanced Wars with people from around the world today. Signing up is free, and the only thing it's going to cost you is your time. That's it. And even then, it won't take that much time. Anyways, have a great day, everybody. Semi-original guy signing off. Take care.